Hey everybody, today's read aloud is Giraffes Can't Dance, and it's one of my favorites. I'm not sure when, but I know on Medeline's Facebook page there's going to be a little kind of a surprise video coming out, if it hasn't already, that's going to have some Medeline teachers dancing, and you can spot Miss Connor in it wearing our class field trip shirt. So make sure you watch that Medeline primary news video. It'll be a super one. I will also try and post it on our Blooms page so you can see it. And yeah, it's going to be great. I make a guest appearance. So anyways, boys and girls, let's read about giraffes who can't dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at his knees. Boys and girls, now this I'm noticing is a great story to go along with, it kind of goes along with last week's I Ready lesson because that was about answering questions about unknown words in a story. This week's I Ready lesson is about in a text. That's a nonfiction. So we know this, we can tell by the cover. This is definitely a story, but it's good practice still for those unknown words in a text. So I'm noticing, I'll go back, and it says, he was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. Now, look at the picture. We know what munching means. What is he doing if he's munching shoots off trees? What are the shoots? I'm noticing that if I know that munching is another word for eating, and I know that he's eating something on trees, the shoots must be kind of like these branches right here. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. I'm unfamiliar with the word buckled. Let's think. He tried to run around and he buckled at the knees. Oh, buckled must mean that they bend or he falls. Because I'm noticing at the bottom, he's definitely fallen. So while we're reading, boys and girls, let's practice that skill for our I Ready lesson. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Here's some good words for us to figure out. The warthogs started waltzing. Waltzing must mean another word for like slow dancing. Kind of like what people do at weddings. Slow dancing, waltzing. And the rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. So we think that this must be a Scottish reel with the baboons over here. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and soon they began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Oh, I can think of what sneered means. Hey, clumsy Gerald. So sneered is kind of like when you are talking meanly to somebody. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. So they're not being very nice. Sneering is not a nice word. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. If you freeze, what are you doing? He was rooted. Imagine a plant that has roots that keep them in one spot. He was stuck. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. He feels like silly. So he crept off the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and he picked up his violin. Boys and girls, use picture clues to figure out what the word violin is. The cricket smiled and picked up his violin. We know that this is his violin. He's going to play music. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing around. Oh, and we can even see his tail. It's showing us it's swishing around. It's like wagging. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. Boys and girls, what does it mean when it says, while Gerald boogied on? What does boogie on mean? It means danced while he boogied on. They shouted, it's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen! How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. That's a good picture. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. And boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this story. The message that the author wanted you to learn from this story is that you can do absolutely anything that you put your mind to, and you are capable of anything. So just try again and practice and never give up. Bye guys, see you soon.